Welcome to Rugby 100 Club. I'm your host, Matt Courtright, and alongside me is Paul Burdak. What a week, bro.
Dude, we finally got our first full slate of games. That was fantastic. I love rugby.
Right? MLR season's full boogie tilt now. How exciting, dude. Got Friday night. Man, it was late for us on the West Coast. Can't imagine what it was like for the rest of the nation being your time, 9:30 kickoff, and I remember Callie Smith saying she was on the East Coast and it was starting off at 10:30 at night, and they're like, I don't think we're going to be able to watch it, and I can't blame anybody.
That's what we've got replays for. Unfortunately, I fell asleep at the half. It happens. We all fall asleep at some point, and I watched the game the following day. Fell asleep during half, so at least you have replays to watch the game for. So not too bad that you can at least do that.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So attendance there has been better, to say it nicely. The weather was pretty clear. The weather was actually really nice the Thursday and Friday. It'd been gray skies and raining for the 2 weeks prior to that, so I think it has everything to do with the game. It must, right? Superstitions are real. And I got to see a lot of familiar faces, got to interact with lots of players and fans. Had a great time, man.
That's awesome. That's very cool. Any of those players really stick out Friday night?
Right. Yeah. I got to give Ezekiel Rugby 100 Club Man of the Match for Seattle and gave him his Thor hammer.
Hey, we got Ezekiel here. We're giving him Man of the Match for Rugby 100 Club. It might not always be for the play, even though it was, but man, I love a little rumble tumble, if you will. And I wanted to give him his own hammer to break. Hey, Bo, how was the game?
The game was physical. Yeah, I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. We'll just say that. Yeah, I'm tired right now.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, it was big. It was a big game.
Any inside, what made you want to, wrestle with other people? No comment.
First game jitters. I think I was first game jitters. That. I just wanted to, stir up the feathers a little bit.
He was making his stamp.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Thank you, brother. My man.
And then we also picked DC Man of the Match as Paul Mullen. So 2 front rowers, 2 guys that love to get down.
You feel a little Thorish.
Oh, okay.
Fun, yeah.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay,
Yeah. This guy is lost for words. How much fun is that? Hey, how was the transition from New Orleans to DC?
It was good. It was good. It was good. So listen, the season's a lot shorter now. So it's like it's been just get after it from the get-go, So it's short pre-season, a lot of hard work. Great to meet a lot of new guys, new faces, and then reconnect with a lot of the lads I've played with and against before, So that's always fun, But just, I'd like to think we're all on the same mission, trying to get after it, same as every other team. But DC, then it's a cool spot. It's a lot to see, lot to do. But listen, it's a sprint, so we all have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, and stay healthy.
Yeah, and try our best. Yeah, it's 10 games on the trot, so just get after it. Yeah.
Love it. All right. Thank you very much. Say hi to the queen.
Paul Mullen I got a sweet spot for Paul. Seen him play for Utah, seen him play for New Orleans. He is a no-nonsense character. He's very intense, even at practices. He's a kind soul. He's really, just so much fun to watch, in my opinion. And then he brought it. He brought it last weekend, Friday. Fun to watch. Fun to watch 2 guys just get after it. Really enjoyed Ezekiel getting after it. There was some pushing and pulling, and it did get out of hand. It's fun to watch the players sort it out, because after the game, they were wonderful to each other. Seattle captain Riekert Hadding and his team picked number 10, Jason Robertson, the fly half from DC, as man of the match. And it was well earned. Both those 10s last, Friday night, they brought it and they really kept their composure. And it's a really, really tight game.
Yeah, that first half, it was 13-9 at the half, if I'm not mistaken. The game was very tight. The score doesn't reflect how tight it was, but that game was a very well fought match by both sides.
It was fun to watch. The fans weren't as engaging as normal. They weren't as excitable. But it's the first game of the season. So, it's only going to improve. People now know what's going on. They'll want to go see what they're missing out with, and get some FOMO of rugby in America.
And hopefully the weather improves for us too.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think it got down to like 43 that night. And so, I know at halftime I had to go to the vehicle and get my hoodie and warm up because, everything was starting to get really, really cold and people started leaving at halftime and stuff like that. So it didn't help motivate the boys, but they figured out how to do it and they got after it. They got the W. So that was fun. A lot of fun.
That's the important thing, figuring it out with that weather, figuring out how to play hard, even when it gets to awful conditions. We'll see rainy games. We'll see cold games. They'll still happen, even though the season started in April. It's nice that it started in April, but we'll still see some cold weather games.
Hope so. Hey, thank you, Spider, for making my cup.
Very cool.
Took that for the Hounds game on Saturday to the pub, turned on the television, and all sorts of people were like, what's that? What's that? Asking questions about rugby. So we got them they got involved and they started asking questions. So hopefully we got a couple more fans today. The ball helped the conversation piece. They're like super curious. What happened with your Hounds, bro?
Chicago Hounds, man, they looked good. Those jerseys, those players, they looked ready to roll. They looked hungry. They looked like they wanted to get after it, and that's exactly what they did. Fleshy scored 2 tries. Mark O'Keefe scored a try. Lopetti in his debut with the Hounds scored himself a try. We got a penalty try. It was fantastic. The Hounds were full force Hounds. That's what I'll say about them. The bar we were at for the watch party, 8 or 9 players showed up. That was cool. Very thankful for them to show up. Bunch of staff was there. A bunch of just random fans. The bar was packed. It was maybe, I'd say 80 to 100 people, something like that, at that bar, watching the game with the audio and everything. Awesome broadcast, awesome game. Fantastic time had by all. I'm finally drinking again, so I had a great time. It was awesome. The final score being 33-19. Awesome. Mason Flesh, man of the match. Mason Flesh, vote for the fans. Dude had an awesome game. It was just, like I said, fantastic time. They look hungry. They look ready to roll. Can't wait to see them play June 21st.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm excited, man. Those Hounds look so good. They were hungry, and they just pinned their ears back and went for it. Oh, good.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait. We get to see them next weekend at home. Cannot wait till they're home opener. But Legion Free Jacks, what you think about that game? Did you watch it at all? It was a rough one for Free Jacks.
It was a hard one to watch. So at San Diego, it was fun to watch the cohort get back into the mix as fans, brought their drums, got all their gear out. They were pumped and excitable to watch. It was like old San Diego Legion, man. It was it's the way in my mind it should always be, but I'm stubborn that way. Great to see San Diego get the victory. I didn't pay attention to every detail as I was, having fun at the pub, talking about rugby with other people and such like that. So I got a little sidetracked. At the very end, though, it was fun to see Olivia as the hostess with the mostest. She granted the old mate from New England to San Diego. It was 2 great representatives of both teams. Kenny from the Free Jacks that handed over the old mate to the fan of San Diego Legion, sorry, which was Sean, and they both drank beers out of it together. It was the first time it's ever been done. It's a fan engagement thing that MLR is this year promoted, having a lot of fun with it.
Legion game, they looked like they wanted to play at Toronto Stadium. They looked like they wanted to call that place home. They scored 43 points. You don't see a lot of 43-point games. You don't see a lot of 43-5 games either. And you don't see a 3-time defending champion lose 43-5 in their season opener. The Free Jacks got smacked. I was so wrong. I said Legion was going to get crushed, but 43-5, Legion over. If you told me before the game was going to end 43-5, I was going to say Legion aren't winning a game this year. But they were the team that won 43-5. Nuts.
I think out of all the teams this weekend, they brought it the most. With that score against the 3-time defending champs, unreal, dude. They figured it out in a hurry, and it goes to show the depth of athleticism and the depth of leadership and the depth of just professionalism and how to adjust from one week to the next.
Yeah, Billy Meeks was back, like you said, professionalism. Billy Meeks embodies that. I know they had 5 different try scorers. Joe T had 2. Kobe Milton had 1. Declan Leaney had 1. Print had 1. Ben Sugars had 1. And then they only gave up 1 to the other team. The Free Jacks had 5 different guys score as many points. The Legion had 5 different guys score as many points the Free Jacks did. It's unreal. Fantastic game played by the Legion.
Yeah. Now I'm excited. Okay, so it goes back to us only having 6 teams. Now I'm excited to see what Free Jacks do to adjust their game plan and how they come out next week.
Before that, let's talk predictions for other games first. We've got Anthem hosting the Seattle Seawolves. Matt, if I'm not mistaken, you'll be making that trip. What you think, bud?
Oh man, it's so hard because like this is there's of course we only got 6 teams anymore, so and the players move around and for me what happens is you end up making these relationships with players and it's so hard to pick against them, if you will. So emotions aside, Anthem has their history that we all know, and it's not for winning. And so, and Seattle has a history we all know, and it's for winning. So knowing of the past, I'm picking Seattle. I'm picking Seattle by 15 points. At the same time, I have this push-pull because, I have really good relationships with at least 4 or 5 guys on that Anthem team, and I couldn't wish ill against any of them. So, oh man, I want to see a really good game. I want to see it fought out, and I would be okay with Seattle only winning by 3 for all I care. But at the end of the day, I want Seattle to win because we got to meet up in at the championship in Chicago and see how it plays out.
Oh yeah, we do. I also think Seattle wins. I just think they have too much firepower for Anthem. Anthem is figuring it out, don't get me wrong, but I don't think they've figured it out yet. I think they're on their come up. They're going to be better this year, as we've already seen, obviously. But again, I just think the Seawolves are too strong.
Yeah, but I mean, yes, but if they have an attitude, or like we like to see in college ball or high school ball, where they show up thinking they won the game before they even started, as long as they don't show up with attitude, they'll be good. So hopefully they're paying attention like the rest of us, where they're like, hey, Anthem don't ease up on Anthem. Don't underestimate them because they'll punch you in the mouth. Because they're here to play. I just think that Seattle's just a better team. They just got a lot more firepower, and as long as they're clicking, there's no stopping them.
Exactly. Couldn't have said that better myself.
Hounds taking on, bro.
Hounds get to host Legion, 8 p.m. Sunday night. I don't love the start time. It is what it is. I'll be there, so I won't be falling asleep. It should be a very fun game with what Legion just did to the Free Jacks. 43-5, like we mentioned earlier. The Free Jacks looked good. looks awful in week 1, looks fantastic in week 2. We'll see what the Legion really are this weekend against the Hounds. Hopefully we see the Hounds are legit that team to be reckoned with, that force to be reckoned with. Hopefully it's another big win for the Hounds. I think they will win. I don't think it'll be huge, but I do think the Hounds take the game again this Sunday.
Any pregame events?
Oh, of course. The Hounds are actually hosting a taste of the barking lot. We call ourselves the barking lot, the people who tailgate. And the Hounds will be hosting a taste of the barking lot, which is essentially a competition among fans. Whoever wants to participate can. Whoever makes the best food. I don't know if you win anything or if it's just like a recognition kind of thing, but it'll be fun had by all, and it'll just be a great time. Regardless, rugby's back. Rugby's back in Chicago. What's more exciting than that?
I love a home game in Chicago. Not gonna lie, huge fan over here. I can't wait till Memorial Day weekend when I kind of get to come harass you guys in Chicago and be part of your tailgate and take in all the love, man. And then, of course, the championship in Chicago again, too. So, like, man, so good. And then in 2 weeks, actually less than 2 weeks' time, as we talked earlier, you and I, Nashville, buddy. We get to meet up in Nashville.
It's going to be a rowdy place.
Right? Oh, it's gonna be Saturday night, the pre-funk that we have lined up, and then Saturday the game. It's gonna be incredible.
All right, now the Free Jacks and Old Glory see each other on Saturday at 3 p.m. Central Time, if I'm not mistaken. Free Jacks just lost to the Legion. And let's see what adjustments, like you mentioned, what adjustments they can make, because we all know that they need to make adjustments after that week 1. I wouldn't even say
Old Glory has to too, because they both are losing teams going into their second weeks. I'm curious. Old Glory, man, it was a really tight game for them on Friday night, and it wasn't for a lack of effort. Like, the score really didn't completely reflect the amount of effort put out on the pitch that night. Old Glory was, I mean, both teams were absolutely beat up, at the team's social following. Everybody looked like they just kicked each other's butt. You know what I mean? And so it was just, there was no love lost. Everybody was in good spirits. They were all, beating themselves up, but it's just a game at the end of the day. They all had a good time, ate some pizza, drank some beers. I just love the fact that they can get over it.
It's probably the best part of rugby, the fact that on pitch, I absolutely hate you, and then after the game, it's let's be best friends. It's the coolest thing. So who do you think wins that game, in other words?
Oh, I picked Free Jacks over Old Glory with let's go 9 points, because they like to kick a lot.
I don't agree.
Ooh,
I think Old Glory wins by 5 to 7 points. It depends on if they make that final conversion or not. If they hit that conversion, it'll be a 7-point game. If they miss it, it'll be a 5-point game.
Where do you think the battle will end up being? Do you think it'll be in the scrums? Do you think it'll be in the penalty kicks? Do you think it'll be the backs kicking it back and forth? Or
I think the game will be won and lost in the forwards, because I think that the Free Jacks have lost a lot of power in that forward group. Having that group of 5 that they now have versus the Old Glories group of 5 that they now have, I'd take Old Glories, and I think that's where they take the advantage, and that's where they take the game. Till next time, keep your tackles low, your heads high, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out our other videos at youtube.com/rugby100club.